Hi, good morning. Let's make today better by inspiring achievement more so in our hashtag School of Black Girl Magic than not. Hi. Welcome to Berg Mountain University, our School of Business Etiquette and a promotion of Black Girl Magic as it pertains to inspiring achievement. 9:11 a.m. September 2nd, 2022. Second thought on appearance. Extreme modesty.
You can say what I say, or say what you want to say, but extreme modesty should be our second thought on appearance, so we cover it in this lecture. Opening the door to other opportunities. A favorable initial presentation can only be improved by an extreme modesty that helps more so than it hurts. We are far from those who take women back to their caves who they have hit across the head, thus negating survival of the fittest. We promote the opposite in natural selection. Survival of the fittest means force is directed to move something, where even if only momentarily turning frowns to smiles, we think that it is wrong. There is no compulsion in natural selection, but convinced of hopes for a brighter tomorrow coming true, we see those who reciprocate our humbled attitudes as allies who only to see our continued achievement. Sure, we all have different objectives and goals, so it is more likely than not that most relationships don't move either as far as nature would have them were we but animals. Knowing this, we reserve smiles and other more joyous expressions of happiness to our families and naturally select or filter those whose uncompromising cleanliness, appropriate attire, and amicable attitude prove true. Why? Well, because we are not trying to take anything and especially not by force, which is the essence of our argument. Looking at this mountain in all its magnificence, we often settle for the next best available syllogism in mankind, where in the opposite gender we find others sympathetic to our causes. So, extreme modesty is our second thought on appearance as we establish integrity, maintain patience, and accept relativity to further establish domestic tranquility.
Extreme modesty being the second thought on appearance includes establishing one's personal integrity. Sure, we being human are all valuable in our own way, but money may never weigh up in any ratio against such integrity. Why? Well, because integrity is something in the individual that can't be bought, sold, or bartered and is only said of those who possess it. Holding true to principles inspiring achievement comes easier than when one doesn't, and being more so inclined to follow one than a crowd, those maintaining their integrity won't have to look far for allies. There must be some things one doesn't do where defining what is good is determined by the boundaries of familiar interaction. Not that it is suggested to give personal information to anyone, but theoretically in a perfect world one ought and probably should. Why? Well, because everyone that we know should want what is best for us, where those we are associated with ought and will contribute to the cause, whether we sell Girl Scout cookies or running for political office. But integrity is built off an initial successful result and its dependable continued repetition. We can't help but want what others do as well, where establishing the smallest amount of integrity can raise the least of us to that of the most, as common ground is found and natural selection makes preference a matter of principle. Unable to distinguish integrity from innocence, those with more experience shelter those with less from instances which could damage their integrity. Extreme modesty being the second thought on appearance includes maintaining a patience which is much more calm than the most. We all know things we would prefer that wouldn't come close to anything we associate with, where just like a lottery ticket, we lose more so than we win. Maintaining the patience necessary for natural selection integrity reinforces in us a posture that promises hope for the future. We can't guarantee that tomorrow will be like today, but with patience and maintaining it comes an attractive peace that others who witness can only desire. This peace obtained from being satiable spreads to those in the vicinity, and just as evil begets evil, so does good its like in kind. Patience encourages the inner thought necessary to support one's foundation of greater structures in the mind, which with development will surely one day come true. If the initial presentation is acceptable, Black Girl Magic works best when the patience to understand it is maintained. Moving mountains may never be accomplished by the efforts of one, so instead of being physical domineering, we use the science of physics to place those sympathetic to our cause between us and those with other views. Aligning oneself with those of like mind, it becomes more practical to wait on assistance where larger jobs completed by group efforts can be given greater attention. The glass ceiling for those minority ethnicities is much further up than the majority, because with similar goals the former has a farther way to travel and an insatiable drive to continue. So, time is of little importance considering ultimate goals, which with patience attracts those who will assist efforts. Extreme modesty being the second thought on appearance includes accepting a reality which is much more practical than not. Establishing integrity and maintaining patience must be to some end where humbly accepting reality provides what compensation available to be graciously accepted. Not that it could amount to anything close to the value of the individual, but we are only human and limited by the scope of our works. But the cause can't be for compensation, as any who have one will tell you, but it surely doesn't hurt the situation either. And we know more effort is put into the presentation, but we couldn't pay for better participants than those who do so willingly. If there is a program that is more rewarding, no one here would object to greater achievement. This stage is just one reality where we prove existence of Black Girl Magic, and not taking anything from anyone else, we are the best at what we do.
This hashtag School of Black Girl Magic is only an encouragement for a brighter tomorrow with extreme modesty. With this modesty, participants establish integrity, maintain patience, and accept a reality that begins today with them. And so to assist where we can, when we may, we have prepared this latest curriculum considering the extent of our program. In attempts to steer younger generations towards greater prosperity, we see modesty as an appropriate issue to address after the initial appearance, as silence often speaks volumes more than speech, as in our third thought.
Thank you for your time and consideration.